Peace, everybody. I'm Chuck. Welcome to Ross Recording Studios. Come on in. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And I got this new dress microphone, and I don't have $200 for the wireless, so I got the adapter. And I'm just wondering. I've only had it a couple days. How long is it gonna be before I forget this thing's plugged in and turn around and just yank this fucking thing out? Right? Right? Huh? So yeah, I can't wait for that. I mean, I'm always stepping on the guitar chords. Thing will be plugged in, and you got the guitar on, and sure as crap, there you go. I turn around, and boom, my foot's on it. It's unplugged. Same thing with the headphone jack. Got the headphones on. Next thing I know, I'm yarning something across the thing. So back on topic. Steve Howe. Today is Move for a Day. Woohoo! And Mood for a Day is a great song. Um, do not, how can I say this? Don't let Steve intimidate you from learning to play the guitar. Very easy. Like somebody said, Steve Howe inspired me to play the guitar, and then he inspired me to stop. Right? So, example, I'm relearning surface tension. That's in this book. And that was one of the nice things about growing up in the 70s. And Steve was one of my first guitar influences. It's like, in a way, he ruined rock and roll for me because now everything is compared to Yes and Steve Howe. And, you know, I would have battles with Ralph Grasso with Jimi Hendrix saying, he's saying Hendrix is better than Steve Howe. I'm like, Hendrix is great. Fantastic. Better than Steve Howe? No. Okay, now at my age where I'm at now, you don't compare the two. It's two different music, two different styles. Um, you just don't do it. But we used to battle. I mean, we would be tooth and nail, beat red in the face, you know. Steve, no, Jimi Hendrix, oh man. And, you know, he'd play All Along the Watchtower and, you know, a bunch of other Hendrix songs, and I'd be on there playing Siberia Got True, Close to the Edge. So, you know, two different styles of music, both great guitarists. But Steve Howe, so what I was saying is there's so many different influences. I was grateful that I wasn't just stuck with, you know, the blues. You know, growing up, again, I'm not saying anything bad about B.B. King, but, you know, blues. What if I grew up just learning B.B. King songs? Or what if I grew up playing jazz, just George Benson, and just being a jazz guitarist, which a lot of guitarists do pick a genre, and that's all they play. Steve Howe, fortunately, played every style. I don't know why, but it was great. So, you know, we're all in rock and roll, and, you know, disco sucks, and, you know, most people weren't listening to jazz, and I was listening to a little bit of the progressive jazz with Al Di Meola and such guitarists like that. And so the influences were there. And then Steve is playing country, he's playing blues, he's playing ragtime, then he's playing classical. You know, now I'm like 16 years old, 17 years. Classical is like the furthest thing from my genre of playing, listening. It's like very narrow-minded because now classical music is one of my favorites. Yes is all about classical music. I just didn't know it until I saw Symphonic Yes in the orchestra. I was like, this is an orchestra here, and they're playing all the sounds that Yes played. No, Yes was playing all the sounds from the orchestra. Rick Wakeman was, you know, everything is all orchestra oriented from Rick Wakeman. So it's very easy for the orchestra to play Yes. I just didn't know that the violins were real instead of synthetic. You know, rock and roll is all electronic, that's what it was in the 70s. There's no, orchestra. So I was very naive in, at that point, but I opened up with all the different ideas that Steve had. So when he did surface tension, I learned mood for day, and I dabbled with the ancient ram. I never could pick up the clap. Dia remain and vanish. Never ever tried that. With surface tension, as I said, my instructor bought me a classical guitar. I didn't know what the hell to do with the thing, for rock and roll. Ted Nugent and Donnie Iris and Led Zeppelin, and well, okay, I'll dabble with the classical. And he gave it to me, right? Well, one thing I loved about it is it's a very wide neck, so it would stretch your hands on the F chord and G chords. And he went back to an electric. It's like, wow, this is easy. So the classical to me was used to help train to play the electric easier. But then I realized I learned mood for day on, I don't know, an electric guitar, I guess. And well, let me try it on the classical since I got it, and I won't use a pick, because that classical playing with a pick sucks. Eddie Van Halen, even your little Spanish fly thing there, it's all fancy dancy, but it still sucks because you use the pick. Paco de Lucia will do the same thing without it. So you never should have done that. Everything you ever did was great except for that stupid Spanish fly thing. So don't use a pick on the classical. And I didn't know if I'd be able to play Mood for a Day without a pick. So that's how I learned it. But I did. Just had to learn to use the thumb and fingers differently. And so it opened up my guitar playing career. And Surface Tension was the song where, I just learning it, and I watched Steve playing it on his how-to videos, and I wish I still had the disc. Glad somebody put them on YouTube. But then Steve's playing this like live version of it, and the beginning of it's not even surface tension. Well, it is. It's like the Firebird Suite. They got so many versions of it extended, So Steve's playing this real version of surface tension. And all of a sudden, he gets to the part where I know the song, and I'm like, oh my fucking God, that is just so fast and so fluent, and like nothing like I was playing. I was like, okay, so it's, I don't even know if I ever want to attempt to even try to play that song anymore after seeing the live. It's like, it's just totally sick how fluent he plays and how fast, and it's like, oh my God, I'm never, ever going to be able to play that song like that. If I'm lucky, I might get a little bit close to the studio version on Steve Howe Beginnings. Or no, excuse me, the Steve Howe album. Let's get these facts right. The Steve Howe album. And I might try editing and see if we can add some words and stuff on here. But yeah, it was just, Steve can be such an influence to play the guitar and learn music and all this. And then when you see something like that, it's such a discouragement. It's like, he encourages me to play it, and he discourages me to give it up, because I'm never ever gonna play that well, that good. But you just get over it. It's like anything. There's gonna be certain athletes and sports and car drivers and people go to the moon and things I'm never gonna do except in video games. And I'm just gonna have fun playing Surface Tension as he has it written in here, and it is very challenging. I can learn songs like Rockstar by Nickelback in 10 minutes. A lot of Journey songs, 10, 15 minutes, the whole song. Then you get to Steve Howe, it takes me 2 weeks on one measure. It's like, and I got stuck, and I'm getting a little bit older here, and my eyesight's not as good, so I had to modify the tablature so I could read it, because I can't read the little numbers, so I had to rewrite the numbers down below. And I got highlighted the sections that I stopped at. And it's funny because the memory comes back for the beginning of the song, and then I had to relearn it because I don't know, they didn't have the tablets. So when I learned Surface Tension the first time, I learned it off the staff, and I was playing it in the incorrect position, or so, I don't know. So now I'm fighting myself when I was playing it. I keep wanting to go back to the way I was always playing it, and I got to play it the new way. And then I gave it up for a long time. And then when I went to relearn it again, thank God the first way I played it is gone. So I was able to start relearning Surface Tension. But the Steve Howe guitar pieces in tablature, so great to have the tablature. I know Steve was involved in the creation of this book. Whether the tablature is Steve's true correct playing, I don't know, but it's definitely better than flumming around like I was doing it. So yeah, put that in your pipe and smoke it. And this is about, as I said, Mood for a Day. Mood for a Day. You want to get tea for your mood for a day? You want to get coffee, bagels, donut? Whatever's your mood for a day. And I learned it on a steel string guitar with a pick. On the acoustic, you do the hand tap in between. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the G. Full G barred. We're not going into putting your finger down and your second finger on the 3rd string, 4th fret. We're not going to talk about your pinky being on the 5th fret, 4th string, and the ring finger, your 3rd finger being on the 5th fret, 5th string, and also full bar on G. We're just not going to do that. So I just did it. Didn't we just say we're not going to do it? And I just did what I said I wasn't going to do. So here on in, you guys got to know the chords. G major, full bar, F sharp, bar. I will give you a tip. This first time through, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And you do that 2 times. Then the 3rd time, he changes it and does the E string open. So, and that is an F sharp bar chord, but you're not doing the top 2 strings. You're only doing the 4 strings. And it's da-da, da, da-da. So doing it as again, it's G major, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, F sharp, barred, 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And the way you do it is down, up, down, up, down. Down, up, down, up, down. And then you repeat it. You heard that last note? That's in that measure. Before the measure goes up to, that's another measure. So we're only working on 2 measures today. We're not going to do the run up. Because well, that's too much. It's not how you learn, Steve Howe. This isn't the accelerated class. And look at, I got the stupid light thing in there and I didn't even notice it, but I should put a sticker on there. I thought I had everything set up nice so you could see the screen and you could see the positive grid. But we don't need the positive grid in there. Bias FX. I am using an acoustic sim on this. It sounds better than if it was just dry. And the reason that note is in there is because on the first time when you go, it's a quarter note instead of and the next time around it's 2 8 notes. So it's kind of, when you learn the next part, it all just flows together. You don't even think about the measure change, but just so that I did that in there. But if you did want to go to the next part, we will start with that note because it would be silly. So we're kind of going to be starting ahead of the measure that it actually is. And now you'd be just doing a scale. And I believe it would be the G scale if you were thinking about in terms of playing a scale. But I really don't think about a scale when I play that just because I've been playing it so long. It's almost like a G chord, playing a G chord in a way. So you start with 4th fret, 4th string, with your 3rd finger, your ring finger. And this note you're going to hold on the 5th fret. So you're going 4th fret, 5th fret on the 4th string. And depending on your mood for the day, you can do a slide, a pick. Again, that's why Steve calls this mood for day, and I like that because when I was talking about surface tension there, and I was coming back, why he plays that so fast and you want to quit. He can play mood for a day pretty fast too, and generally speaking, I don't play it that fast. I can play it as fast as it is on the acoustic on Fragile, but it all depends, like I said, on your mood for a day. Sometimes you may want to play it a little bit faster. Some days you might want to play it a little bit softer, slower. You have a different effect on your guitar. I like using the electric and adding the effects on there. So we start with the 4th string. Your first finger to the 3rd fret, 3rd string. And then it's the 2nd string open, C sharp, D, to a high G note with your index finger. So if we did the other scale. So right from the bottom, now we'll do it slow, the entire thing, so you could follow along. 1, 2, 3, 4. One again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should be starting on the and. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and then you just play it over and over and over till you get the speed of it. And then put it with the first two chords. So we'll do the beginning chords. I'll go a little bit slower here for you guys. And you'd start out 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we'll try to pick up to the speed of the song. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's fun. So when you learn that part, it's good because you get to do it a couple times. And then again. So we'll get into all that in future videos if you guys like this one, and we'll keep making them on. But as you can see, I'm already running up 22 minutes and only covered 4 measures. So again, it's G major, 1, 2. Now, tell you what, let's can the pick, because when Steve plays it, he doesn't play it static like that. He does not. He has a flamenco style. So if you use your fingers, you can get more of that rake, more of a rake sound in there, instead of that. You want to use, and I'll show you this video. I just saw Ricky Ricardo and Lucy on the Lucy show before I was born, like that. 1967. He comes out, he's doing this flamenco thing on the guitar, and the acoustic, and go, oh my God, he's playing it. This is not synced like you see in 99% of every sitcom movie, TV show, not movie, TV and movies, that they always a guitar player sitting there doing this, you know, the guy's playing a G, C, D, G, you know, this guy's, he ain't even playing, you know, it's not even close. And Ricky was really playing it, so I was shocked to see that. So yeah, Steve has a... Whoa, 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 what the hell was that? And see, I'm not fluid enough with my fingers to catch that 8th note that needs to be in there. I've always had trouble with that with my fingers. So I've never, you know, I'm not going to sit there and dwell on it. I'll give it a little pause. It's a move for a day. That's not how it is on Fragile. That's not how it's written in the tablature. I don't know where the hell I came up with that part. It works. I'm not going to try to change it now. There's certain things that, so I don't, that's kind of why I stopped at that point. I don't know, should I teach you the wrong way? Or I'm going to go back to the book and I'll learn the right way and show you how Steve does it. Because I always listen on Fragile. It bases up. I was like, I'm not playing that way. So if there are certain things I've changed on Move for Day that I hope you'll like towards the end. Those are all intentional. Worked a long time doing something different, and I didn't know if I should include them in Mood for a Day if I play it out. But I was thinking, wait a minute, that's what Steve does, and that's what Steve encourages you to do, is to expand, have fun, do things different. But that's Steve. This is me talking. How do I take Move for a Day and improve on it? You don't. Okay? I'm not improving anything. What I am doing is just playing something a little bit different, and it kind of fits, I think. And after listening to Steve talk about playing guitar, that's what he would kind of want you to do, is to experiment and do something different and try it. So, basically, I think it's like, let's see right there, I don't use the pick. I just pick it up and then do the fingers. So that's that little part that I kind of put in there. Kind of didn't play it as smooth and perfectly as I would have liked. Holy shit! See, as soon as you turn the recording on, I never fumble through any of that crap. Hit the recording, hit edit, cut all this out. I'm probably gonna leave it in. It's ridiculous. That's because it's Mood for Day. I was racing to get through to show you guys. It's playing it, Mood for a Day. You don't have to race. It's not a race. This is very cool notes you're playing, and if you really want to ring them out, go a little slow. You stop there again. Make sure after you learn the song, make sure you're doing your vibratos on there. If I do it without the vibrato, listen. Now I'll do it with the vibrato in there. Big difference. Everybody knows Steve ends that song on F sharp bass note. I added that little harmonic in there. Before the final bass note. So that's what I said again, mood for a day. Sometimes it's really fun to let these certain notes ring out that normally you would just race right through. And that, my friends, is why I use the pick, is to get that one part in there, because without having that pick there, I can't finger pick it. If I finger pick that, it's going to be so muffled up in there. And after I've been playing like that for so long, that I actually kind of like this new thing that I've been doing is do it really slow and then get to the end and blasting it. I don't know. I've been playing the song for 30, 40 years since it came out in 1972. 82, 92, 102, 12, 22, 50 years. Oh my God, time is gone. Wow. What did I say, 20, 30 years? I just lost 20 years. Whew, whew. So, and that, again, that's why I said, and a lot of times when I play, you get to the part where it's, let's see. Whoa, that bass is way up on that, huh? Woohoo! Turn it down. And I didn't know how to play that part correctly. I was playing this somewhere way off until I saw Steve in concert. After playing 10 years, he finally played Move for a Day instead of the clap every single time. So I was playing that song wrong for 10 years till I see Steve playing it in these positions. I was like, okay. So that ruins the concert. Now instead of listening to the show, I had to go home and play Move for a Day correctly. But yeah, I'm sure that lasted 5 seconds till close to the edge came on. And funny, just not to get off track, but that part of Close to the Edge is in the Ancient on the classical guitar on Tails. He plays it like this. On Close to the Edge, he plays it exclusively for a while, and he plays it way different on the Ancient, but it isn't there. So once I figured that, I go, okay. That used to be my favorite part to listen to that song. It's like, and I'd be like, wow. And then after I learned it and learned how to play it, well, it ruins listening to it now because now I know the song, so that's not cool. But it was so cool to play it. I was like, wow, I'm playing it, and I know it because I played Noodle Close to the Edge. So it took a little bit getting that in between. See, you can't race through it, or like Steve plays it pretty fast. Thank you very much. I hope you had fun learning a little bit of Mood for a Day. Sorry I got sidetracked. You know, I was going to say, I'm going to keep this video Mood for a Day. Not going to be yakking all over the place. Talking about the ancient, remembering, close to the edge, Siberian cat true, roundabout, dear father. I did. I got sidetracked. That always happens. It's I guess because I haven't made a lot of these videos in a while, so now it's like yak, 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 yak. And that's. I don't drink. I smoke weed, and I'll tell you what. 40 years ago, I did a little bit of that cocaine. I'll tell you, it's. I could really motor up. This is nothing. If I was doing some blow, I could ramp. This would be one, and then pick it up to a number 10. I would ask you questions about the universe, and I will answer your questions for you. You don't even have to say nothing. Just sit back and listen to what you got to say, and I will tell you what's going on in your own mind. So one day, one of my friends had a fucking, like a couple 8 balls, huge amount to sell. Give me some bumps. He goes, no, you'll talk too much. And yeah. But hopefully the talkative mood, we learned something. We have fun talking about Steve. When I was first tuning up, what are we tuning up? One of the things Steve is, I'll say anal about, is tuning the guitar. Tune, 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 tune. So I apologize for my last video. I just grabbed the guitar out of the box. It wasn't even tuned. I was just yakking. Today I made sure that this thing was spot on. Spot on. I mean, I saw Steve a couple times solo tours. The first few times I didn't get there early enough, but one time we got the Northern Lights early and got to watch through the door. He got there in the afternoon, like 3 o'clock for a 7 o'clock show, and he's tuning up his guitars at 3 in the afternoon. Well, he brings a stack of guitars. So he's got, a stable of guitars, at least 7-10 guitars with him. And then when finally the show starts, he starts getting up there and go, oh, He goes, ladies and gentlemen, he goes, I gotta hang on a second. He goes, all the heat and everybody in here is changing the humidity level, and my guitars are not in tune. I gotta tune off the guitars again. So cool. We got to sit and watch them tune guitars again. So I mean, I don't. You learn a lot watching Steve. A lot of people grab the guitar, they're playing. I don't care if the guitar's in tune or not. So enough yickety yak, blah blah blah. Peace out. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Appreciate that. Have a good night. And, yeah.